What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this Tuesday? Welcome in, come one, come all. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today, y'all. We got a lot to talk about today. Well, I guess not a lot, but obviously we got some breaking news coming out here of the world of the Arizona Cardinals, and it has to do with Zach Ertz. So we're going to dive into that here pretty soon, as well as the trade deadline here for the Arizona Cardinals. So, man, let's dive into it, right? Let's dive in. Now, let's do our quick due diligence here real quick. If you guys haven't done so already, definitely do me a huge favor. Go and smack that like button here on this video. Do it for the algorithm. Make sure that one lonely Cardinal fan out there that needs somewhere to go, that needs a therapy session every Sunday, they can go ahead and check out the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Go ahead, smack it up, and obviously subscribe it up if this is your first time here. Let's dive into it, everybody. Let's talk about the big breaking news that ended up dropping not too long ago. Now, we got the report here from Mike Garafolo, and it says that the Cardinals are putting tight end Zack Ertz on IR. Sources tell me and Tom Pelissero, the three-time Pro Bowler who has 27 catches for 187 yards and a touchdown, has suffered a quad strain on Sunday. The plan is for him to return later this year. So it's just another blow after another blow. It's just this season has become very, very exhausting. I'm not sure if you guys feel exactly the same way, but this season has felt very, very exhausting for me and the Cardinal fans that I know in my personal life, right? Like, there's some Cardinal fans out there that just don't want to watch. It's not, there's nothing that we haven't seen the week prior. Now, obviously, I'm a kind of different breed out there. I'm going to be watching regardless. I have watched through the Matt Leinart days, the Derek Anderson, the Max Hall, the Kevin Cobb days. So I'm used to it, right? But this is very unfamiliarized territory here with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, although we are seeing some flashes here and there, we're seeing some rookies do some really good things. Man, this is a tough season. And not to mention so many people going on IR, right? So many big star-studded names. Your James Conner, Budda Baker, which he finally, came back last week. But now we got Zach Ertz. It's just all these guys. It's just adding more salt to injury for Arizona Cardinal fans to just say, man, it's just, maybe this is a tanking year, right? It's just one of those things here right now. Let's dive right into it here. Obviously, I think a lot of Cardinal fans right now has gone through the ringer, and this is just another news that has kind of dropped. That's just kind of okay, right? Let's just keep piling it on at this very moment. So I think most Cardinal fans right now are in the consensus that yes, Zach Ertz is gone for 4 games, but we get an opportunity to now see Trey McBride, which is a guy that we've been wanting to see for quite some time now. Now, for the past weeks or so, the Arizona Cardinals have actually played Trey McBride a lot more than people actually think. This last week, in terms of week 7, pertaining to like the snap counts and who's played more, either Zach Ertz or Trey McBride, this last week was actually pretty close when it comes down to the tight ends. So obviously we got Trey McBride and Jeff Swaim. Those are going to be the guys that we're going to be seeing more of, especially because Zach Ertz is gone for 4 games, if not traded, right? Because there's also speculations out there that Zach Ertz might get traded in the trade deadline, which is going to be coming a week from today. So a lot of speculations up in the air, but Trey McBride has 53% of snaps last week, which is week 7, compared to Zach Ertz. Now, the week prior, which is week 6, Trey McBride did have a lot more snaps at 58% compared to Zach Ertz's 46%. But like, I truly do think that the Arizona Cardinals are going in this with like completely different like strategies every single game, right? Every single game that we're playing every week, pretty much how Jonathan Gannon has come out and said, like, we're coming out here, but like every week is a different game plan, right? So I think that's why we're starting to kind of see, Trey McBride either taking more snaps or Zack Ertz taking more snaps. But obviously, with this news coming down, we're going to be seeing the Trey McBride show, right? And I don't think anybody's mad at that. I think everybody's actually kind of excited about the opportunity of, hopefully Trey McBride can catch those 1 or 2 crucial catches here for the Arizona Cardinals. But to me, I don't think it's all on Zack Ertz. I know there's a lot of people that flipped on Zack Ertz and saying, good, we should release him anyways. Great, he has butterfingers, or right, whatever people want to say out there. I don't think it's fully on Zack Ertz. I think it's unfortunate circumstances on who we have at quarterback, right? I don't think the chemistry has developed to a level that Zack Ertz and Josh Dobbs needs it to be, right? Because unfortunately, we had a lot of plays. I can automatically think of 2 or 3 crucial plays in multiple different games where the ball was either going to Zack Ertz, he dropped it, or it was not thrown correctly. So it's just kind of been one of those situations where Zack Ertz is getting a good majority of hate, which I don't think it's like fair hate, to be honest with you. I think we should be giving more equal the same amount of hate to Josh Dobbs, because the connection just hasn't been there, right? We're talking about 7 weeks of getting a tight end, one of your best weapons on the field, that ball, right? And there's the connection isn't there. The chemistry isn't there between them two. So they're not really seeing eye to eye on these plays. So it's very unfortunate that he is going to IR, because there's a lot of speculations. There's a lot of rumors out there saying that Zack Ertz might be getting dealt in the trade deadline. Now, yes, with the idea that he is going to IR, you can still trade somebody. You can still trade a player when he is on IR. So people out there, don't fret. Like, don't feel like this is going to be something where the Cardinals now are not going to be, are finding themselves in a crap situation because we can't trade them. No, we can still trade Zack Ertz if that is the decision of Monty Ossenfort and what he wants to do, right? Now, obviously, with the whole IR situation, that is going to limit him for a total of 4 games / 4 weeks. So that is kind of concerning, because that is also telling the other team that this guy is going to be missing some time. Right now, I don't think any of us really thought to ourselves that we're going to be finding a 1st round pick, 2nd round pick, 3rd round pick, even a 4th round pick for Zack Ertz. I think a lot of us are kind of okay with the 5th rounder, maybe even a 6th round pick for Zack Ertz, because he's an aging tight end, and kind of the play that he's had so far this year has not been the greatest, right? But I could definitely see maybe a Dallas Cowboys going after him and giving us a late round pick still. Now, granted, yes, he is going to be missing some time because he's been placed on IR, but it's just kind of the circumstances that unfortunately we're living in right now, right? It's the Arizona Cardinals 2023, right? And obviously, right, nobody wants to talk about it, but nobody wants to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm right there with you, right? That's why I'm rocking my Arizona Diamondback hat right now, because truly, people would rather watch the NBA starting today, right? We got the Suns starting up, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited about the season starting up. And then we got the Arizona Diamondbacks playing Game 7 in the NLCS today. So I'm right there with you. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling the exhaustion. I'm feeling the, okay, keep feeding me whatever you want to feed me. But honestly, at the grand scheme of things, this Arizona Cardinals organization needs to get through these last 10 games. That's what it is, right? We got to get through these last 10 games. And yes, Zack Ertz is placed on IR. Yes, he still can be moved, but it's really going to depend on what the Arizona Cardinals are going to choose to do, right? Like, that's the biggest decision here. Are they going to move off of him, or are they not, right? So that's the breaking news that ended up dropping here not too long ago, probably about an hour or 2 ago, if I can be honest with you. Did come from Mike Garafolo first, saying that the Cardinals are placing tight end Zack Ertz on IR, and he's going to be missing a total of 4 games because of the rule of being placed on IR. So there's that. Let's dive right into are the Arizona Cardinals going to be sellers at the trade deadline, right? I don't think anybody out there is thinking that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be any sort of buyers, right? Like there's nobody out there, or at least I hope nobody's thinking that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be buyers, right? Now, I think right now with the situation that we're finding ourselves, I know there was kind of a lot of fans wanting the Arizona Cardinals to trade for CeeDee Lamb. It's not going to happen, y'all. It is not going to happen. We missed our opportunity. In the moment that we really come to terms with the idea that we should have drafted him, it's over. There's no way that the Dallas Cowboys is going to trade for CeeDee Lamb. I don't care how pissed off CeeDee Lamb is at with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't. It's not going to happen. It's just not. We should have drafted him over Isaiah Simmons. We know now. We learned the Cardinals made another mistake on top of mistake after mistake after mistake, and that's why Monty Ossenfort is the new GM, and hopefully we don't see those mistakes ever again. So CeeDee Lamb is not going to happen. He is number one wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, and they are going on a run while the Arizona Cardinals are 1-6, right? We are a team that most likely are going to be sellers in this year's trade deadline. Now, we did end up hearing some pretty shocking news. Now, obviously, one of the biggest ones is that the Arizona Cardinals are going to choose to keep Marquise Hollywood-Brown. Now, whether you like the move or you don't like the move, that was the latest report coming out here by, I believe it was Diana Rossini from The Athletic. She ended up coming out and saying that the Arizona Cardinals do not have any plans on moving off of Marquise Hollywood-Brown, and he is going to be the future, right? Or at least he's going to be a staple point for the Arizona Cardinals moving forward. So whether you want to believe the report or not, that report came out. There is still rumors swirling around the idea that Zack Ertz might be moved. Now, we're not going to get very much from him, especially if the Cardinals do decide to move off of him. But there's that as well, right? Now, there's also some notable players to talk about as well, like a DJ Humphries. Do I think DJ Humphries is going to get traded? I don't think so. I understand there's some frustrations that are coming from DJ Humphries, right? He is a guy that was called knee deep at one point by one of the best head coaches of the Arizona Cardinals, Mr. Bruce Arians, which I absolutely miss to the day. So there was kind of some fans chattering about the idea of, the Cardinals maybe moving off of DJ Humphries because he's got some value. He's still a very, very productive left tackle out there, but I haven't really heard any rumors out there saying that the Cardinals are either having him on the trade block or going to trade him. Now, if they do, he might be one of those guys that's going to get us some good value back, right? But although there is some internal frustrations with Cardinal fans, left tackles don't go on trees at all. Left tackles do not grow on trees. And I would rather us keep DJ Humphries personally to keep a solidified left tackle spot and have obviously Paris Johnson Jr. on the right-hand side. And then we could start thinking about, okay, well, now we got three positions in the interior offensive line. Who can we possibly get in this year's draft, right? I'm not talking about a first rounder, but maybe we can get somewhere. Maybe we can use our second round pick, right? Or our second first round pick, or maybe our second round pick, right? So there's a lot of different options that the Arizona Cardinals can use heading into this year's draft, which, let's be honest, everybody, I think most people right now are looking onto Tankathon every single week when all the games are over, or at least when the first two slots of games are over, and we're trying to find ourselves where the Arizona Cardinals picking in the 2024 draft. Like, that's where we are at right now as an Arizona Cardinal organization and a fan base. So it is what it is. I don't know. I think I'm just going through the motions. Honestly, I'm just going through I'm going through the season game by game, not expecting a win. Hopefully, to see our rookies do some good things, because we got a tough stretch coming our way. Although it does lighten up a little bit, this Arizona Cardinal organization or this team has not really shown an ability to change what they need to change in the first 7 weeks. And we still can't figure out why we can't score points in the second half. Like, we still can't. So it's pretty frustrating to see. It's also pretty frustrating to see the attachment that our head coach has to Mr. Josh Dobbs. I don't understand it. I know we got some highlights coming up, or at least a light at the end of the tunnel coming our way with Kyler Murray coming back, but it's going to be a decision that the Arizona Cardinals are going to have to look themselves in the mirror and really find out, are we going to play Kyler Murray when we can probably be a 1-8 team, right? Like, we really got to ask ourselves, are we going to play Kyler Murray when we can possibly be a 1-8 team, right? Heading into either the is it the Falcons game, or the Texans game. So it's going to be one of those situations that we'll have to kind of wait and see. But like nothing is going in the way of the Arizona Cardinals this year. And I know for the people out there that either want us to tank, or the people that like to say, "Oh, I told you so," you got your wish. You got your wish. So yeah, the Cardinals are who they are, right? The Cardinals are who they are, and we just got to go through this season. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, another player that's kind of been thrown out there. Now, I think the rumors have kind of slowed down with Budda Baker, but the idea of Budda Baker is kind of out there as well because of the whole trade deadline situation that the whole trade request over the offseason. Now, Budda Baker did end up getting a pay raise. So after that happened, it almost kind of seemed like all the rumors and all the chatter kind of slowed down with the whole Budda Baker thing. I don't want any player to get traded. Like, let me be 100% honest with you right now. I do not want to get any player traded. Any of them. I think the Cardinals have a lot of draft capital right now. And for us to maybe get a 6th or a 7th for Zack Ertz, I just don't think it's worth it personally. Now, if they do it, okay, it is what it is. But if the idea is that Kyler Murray is coming back, right? If that's the idea and the plan, just give him the weapons, man. Like, why are you going to strip his weapons away and give him less of an opportunity than you're giving Josh Dobbs to win? You know what I mean? Like, if the plan is truly to play Kyler Murray, just keep him. Keep the people that we have, right? And that's including Marquise, that's including Zack Ertz. Or heck, even if Trey McBride gets better than Zack Ertz, you could still have a reliable guy that could be a swing tight end for the Arizona Cardinals kind of moving forward. So it just depends on what the plan is for the Arizona Cardinals, right? I think Monty Ossenfort, I hope he's got a plan right now. It almost kind of seems like he does. It's just we need to be able to see it in this year, right? We need to be able to kind of see what he's doing. And it's all obviously kind of obvious that we're trying to get all the draft capital that we possibly can. And it's, we are where we are. That's the best way to describe it. We are where we are. Let me take it to the chat here. We got somebody in the chat saying now he's on IR, so we won't trade him. Well, that's the thing. I mean, we talked about this a little earlier. Just because he's on IR doesn't mean he can't get traded. He can still technically get traded with the new rules that's been applied in the NFL. He can still get traded if the Cardinals choose to do that. But yeah, I mean, his value does go worse than it probably already was because A, he's an aging tight end, and then B, his stats aren't as great as he would probably want them to be. And then C, he's going to be missing some games because he's on IR. So yes, he still can get traded, but his value definitely gets hindered, if that makes sense. So don't lean too heavily on the thought of, oh, well, now he's staying, right? Now he's staying with the Cardinals. Not necessarily. They could still move off of him, but his value does go lower because of the idea of the move of him going to IR. So, but that's the thing, man. Like, put yourself in a situation as Kyler Murray, right? Or Kyler Murray, or even JG. Like, we are a 1-6 team. Does anybody truly, like anybody in the chat, and I'm talking to everybody here in the chat, and that's 30 plus of you guys here in the chat. Answer me here in the chat. Do you guys truly feel like the Arizona Cardinals can go on a run and make a spectacular playoff run? Let me know here in the chat. Truly, I'm so curious to figure out either yes or no. Do you feel like the Arizona Cardinals, when Kyler Murray comes back, can go on a spectacular run that can make us get into some sort of playoff contention? Let me know here in the chat. Somebody in the chat says yeah, and then we got no, bro. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm in the no category, truly, and it's not because I'm trying to choose to be negative, right? It's not that. It's this Arizona Cardinal organization, or this team, although showing fight, right? And it has turned some people on in terms of we have a better product on the field than most people thought we were going to have, right? Expectations were down here, or even lower than down here. That's what expectations are for the casual Arizona Cardinal fan. They were down here. But because we were showing fight, it moved us up a little bit, right? It gave us a little bit more juice. It gave us a little bit more, Okay, you guys aren't the worst team in the NFL, right? Because we're showing that little fight. But truly, there's not a this roster isn't built for a playoff run. It isn't. It isn't made for a playoff run. So we got to ask ourselves here, right? Cardinal fans, truly in the chat, we got to ask ourselves if the Arizona Cardinals are 1-8. We're 1-8, right? Do you risk Kyler Murray coming back and re-getting injured? Right? That's a big question. Now, obviously, that's not a decision that we got to make as Cardinal fans, right? That's not a decision that we got to make. That's Monty Ossenfort. That's Kyler Murray. That's Jonathan Gannon. That's the agents of Kyler Murray, right? That's the decision that they got to make because there's still speculations out there, ladies and gentlemen, that the Arizona Cardinals are not fully 100% sold that Kyler Murray is going to be their future quarterback for the future. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about next year and the years prior. There's still a report out there saying that the Arizona Cardinals truly want to evaluate Kyler Murray because we're going to find ourselves with such a high first-round pick that you almost have to ask yourselves, is it worth getting a Drake May, right? Is it worth getting a Caleb Williams, right? And I know, I get it. Caleb Williams has turned off so many people with all these things that's come out about him, right? Whether you want to say he paints his fingernails, or whether you want to say he wants ownership, right? Or whether you want to say he's trying to pull an Eli Manning, right? Anything. The Arizona Cardinals have a true decision to put in front of them right now. And that is, if they're a 1-8 team, do you play Kyler Murray? We heard Jonathan Gannon says that we are. We heard Jonathan Gannon come out and say he's going to be playing a decent amount of games this year. So it leads me to believe that, hey, maybe we might still, right? Even if we are a 1-8 team, maybe we still might. But it's a decision that the Arizona Cardinals have to choose. They're going to have to make because these next 2 weeks, we got the Ravens this weekend, and then we got the Browns. The Browns are so much better than I thought they were going to be, especially defensively. They are so much better than I thought that they were going to be. The Browns, and here's the thing, it's the Cardinals versus the Browns at the Browns. It's in Cleveland. It's not here. It's not in our dome. No, we're going to be playing the Weathers and what November weather has in store for us over there. So it might be an ugly, inclement weather type of game. And then we got the Ravens this weekend. Who thinks the Arizona Cardinals can beat the Ravens? With Josh Dobbs. Because let's be honest, the way JG's talking, it doesn't seem like JG's going to make a move. Although everybody's kind of clamoring, not everybody, there's a small portion, or there's a group of people out there that is tired of Josh Dobbs. They don't want to see him. They don't want to see him. But who out there truly thinks that the Arizona Cardinals can beat the Baltimore Ravens? No, I don't think so either. And what about the Cleveland Browns? One of the best defenses out there. And they're the first ones who gave the San Francisco 49ers their first L. Who thinks that the Arizona Cardinals can beat the beat the Browns? Who thinks? Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals might be 1-8. 1-8. 1-8 when the Arizona Cardinals need to decide, are we going to bring back Kyler Murray to evaluate him? Because there's speculations out there that the Arizona Cardinals are going to use every single day they can. They're going to use every single day they can. And that puts them at either coming back in the Browns game or coming back in the Falcons game. But this decision, man, is going to be crucial for the Arizona Cardinals. Crucial. And I'm glad we're not the ones making the decision. I'm glad we're not. We're just sitting back with our popcorn and hoping that Monty Ossenfort is going to be able to make the best decision of the lifetime. We're just hoping so. Because this decision right here is either going to send us back into the dark ages for multiple years, or it's going to be the best decision the Arizona Cardinals could possibly make. We're just sitting back and watching. That's it. That's it. And I'm not coming out here and saying Kyler Murray's him. Honestly, as a Cardinal fan, if you haven't had any doubts at this very moment in what this Cardinals organization is going to do, then you ain't thinking hard enough. You know what I mean? That you ain't thinking hard enough. Because honestly, I've said this multiple times. Ain't nobody safe on this roster. Nobody. Nobody's safe on this roster. That's including Kyler Murray. That's including James Conner. It's including Budda Baker. Anybody. I don't think anybody's safe. So here we are, right? 1 week away from the trade deadline for the Arizona Cardinals. 1 week away. And we could very well see multiple moves happen, or we can very well not see any moves happen. But there's no way, heck, in a snowy chance in heck, that the Arizona Cardinals are going to buy. There's no way. There's no way. So here are the players, again, that we talked about that possibly can get moved off of. Zack Ertz, yes, he was just moved on IR today. That doesn't mean he can't get moved. But there's Zack Ertz. Mr. Budda Baker, which I don't want to, right? None of these players I want to move off of. Let's just be very clear. I don't want to move off any players, but it's a decision of Monty. So Budda, Marquise, although there was rumors that came out and shut it down and said they're not going to move off of him and he's the future of the Arizona Cardinals, I'm still putting him on the list. DJ Humphries, right? Number 4. And then Kyler. So, we're in that situation right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're in that situation right now. So, I don't know, everybody. I don't know. I don't know what this Arizona Cardinal organization is going to do. I don't think anybody does. Everybody's just putting their best bet. They're putting, they're throwing a Hail Mary up in the air and saying, I think this might happen. But honestly, I don't think nobody knows about Monty Ossenfort. Monty Ossenfort's the only one that knows what he's doing. And it might not happen until the day. But I don't think K1's even safe, truly. Because Ian Rappaport came out over the weekend. Who saw that report from Ian Rappaport? That he ended up coming out and saying that the Arizona Cardinals are going to use all 21 days. They're not going to rush Kyler Murray coming back, but they do want to see him play because it's very important to find out if Kyler Murray's the future. That's what he said. He came out and said that per this report, that the Arizona Cardinals are not fully 100% invested that the future is Kyler Murray. Because we're going to have such a high round pick. It's not even going to be funny. Right now, we're sitting with the 2nd overall pick in the NFL draft. Right now, we're sitting 2nd overall in the NFL draft. And I believe with the Texans pick, we're sitting at number 16 or 15, if I'm not mistaken. It's mid. It's in the middle. It's in the middle. So, no, there's no puppies and unicorns here, ladies and gentlemen. There isn't. There's no puppies and unicorns here for this Arizona Cardinal organization. The moral victories for me is over. Is done. I've said it. After week 4, that's why my last post-game reaction, I was just like, I'm just going to go through this, right? We're going to talk about it because I'm here. This is my job, right? I got to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. That's what I do. But there's no optimism for this Arizona Cardinal organization. Let's call it like it is. Let's call it like it is. We are a dumpster fire right now. We are. We're better than most people said that we're going to be. In terms of, are we fighting game in and game out? Yes, we are. Is that translating to wins? No, it ain't. And that's the most important thing. And that's the most important thing. Now, can Kyler Murray come back and save the day? That is what the Cardinals are expecting him to do. As a franchise quarterback and getting paid as much as he's getting paid, that's what they're expecting him to do. But here's the thing. I've seen Arizona Cardinals football for many, many years. Many, many years. Many years. And there's some people out there that actually be watching it longer than I have. So kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys. A, you're older, and B, you like football. You like football before I did. Okay, cool. So kudos to you guys for watching Cardinal football longer than I have. But this is as bad as it gets. Right here. There's no optimism this year. There's no optimism this year. The only thing that we have is these rookies coming out, and hopefully they're going to blossom, right? That's what we have. That's why I watch the games. That's why I spend 3 hours away from my family to watch the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. A, because it's my job, right? It's my job. It's definitely my job. And then B, I'm a fan. And C, I want to see what these rookies do. Garrett Williams looks fantastic. Oh, my goodness. You're going to tell me a third round cornerback's coming out of the draft and he's not playing 100% of the snaps and he already got an interception? Garrett Williams played 43% of the snaps, ladies and gentlemen. 26 plays total. This man already got an interception. He's already making moves. That's what I'm excited about. That's what gets me up and going and gets me stoked up, right? Garrett Williams, Michael Wilson, BJ Ojolari. Hopefully he starts making some noise. That's what I'm excited about. I ain't trying to wake up to see Josh Dobbs doing the same thing over and over again. We know Josh Dobbs ain't it. We know he's a fighter. We know he's smart. We know he's probably going to work for NASA. We understand it. We get it. But that's not going to win us football games. And JG's not going to make a change. He's not. He isn't. Or at least not now. So we got to ride it. We got to ride it. We got to have more football games with Josh Dobbs, and hopefully he learns something, right? That's all we have. Someone in the chat says Dobbs has proven to be inconsistent. Well, I've been saying this since week 2 and week 3. Even when he was progressing. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. Josh Dobbs ain't it. And the only reason why we gave him the keys to the Ferrari is because Drew Petzing, for some reason, absolutely loves him. JG, I think he's doing what Drew Petzing wants. That's the only reason why I can see that the attachment is there. Because when the moment I heard JG come out and tell us that he feels like we've gotten better on all 3 phases of football, I was like, nah, bro. Don't say it. No. We didn't. We haven't. What? We got better on all 3 phases in the football? What are you talking about? Josh Dobbs was progressing in the beginning of the season because nobody had tape on him. That's it. We're still 1-6. We're still 1-6. This team's going to go through a real crazy facelift. Real crazy facelift. Yeah, the Cowboys lost to us. But here's the thing. Look at the history on how many times the Arizona Cardinals have beat the Dallas Cowboys in the most recent years. Go ahead. I don't think that had anything to do with the Arizona Cardinals being a fantastic team. I think literally the Cowboys came out and said, this is going to be an easy win. And they weren't playing us to their full potential. And on top of that, they're frauds. The Cowboys are soft. Let's call it like it is. The Arizona Cardinals came out and they dominated them. Physicality-wise. Right? That's why we won that game. But you also need talent. The Cardinals roster is stripped of it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go. Cowboys always lose to us. Yeah, they always do. I don't know what it is. History is history, right? It's what it is. I'm not taking when that one win happened for us. Yes, I was excited, right? Heck yeah. Couple different reasons why. My personal life, I got people in my family that are Cowboys fans. That's why I was super pumped up about it. And let's be honest, whenever the Dallas Cowboys lose, the America or the United States of America, they all celebrate. Let's be honest. Let's call it like it is. That's why I was so excited about beating the Dallas Cowboys. I got family members that are Dallas Cowboys fans, so I love to rub it into their face, right? Like, hey, we beat you. We're 1-6. We suck, but we beat you. We own you, right? That's why I was excited about it. But this team has shown an inability to win. And I don't know how to talk to anybody out there that's going to sit here and tell me that the Arizona Cardinals are going to beat the Ravens, let alone Cleveland, in November. I can't have a serious conversation with you. I can't. Because unless something's changed, something drastically changes, this team is probably looking at a 1-8 start. Truthfully. Honestly, truthfully. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, y'all. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Our defense has shown promise. Definitely. I will give you guys that. Our defense has shown promise. Our offense just can't get it right. They can't get it right. The offense isn't good. Not good at all. The moment James Conner went down, our offense has struggled. Badly. Badly. I mean, JG even said it himself. I'm not coming out here and saying, oh, I know exactly what the issue is, right? JG said it himself. We're not able to connect in those 2, 3, 4 game-changing plays. We're not throwing the ball down the field. Why? Because Josh Dobbs can't. He doesn't have that accurate arm. He's got some good throws here and there. We'll give him that. Josh Dobbs ain't it. Josh Dobbs ain't going to win you games. He's a good backup quarterback. That's what he is. The moment we had to win games was in the beginning of the season. The Commanders game. That was a winnable game because the defense. The Giants game, that was a winnable game. We were beating them. We were smoking them. What happened? Our offense just was stagnant. That's what it is. It's what it is. I think our defense has shown very, very good promise. And that actually gets me excited too. That gets me excited about watching Cardinal football. To see who's going to be able to guy that's going to sack, who's going to get some interceptions. That's what I'm excited to watch. Our offense is lethargic. Our offense can't get it right. We can keep lying to ourselves. We can keep telling us up and down that this Cardinals organization is going to come out with the win before Kyler Murray comes back. And I just don't see it with the Ravens. We had our chances. We blew them. We blew them. Seahawks was winnable. The Rams was winnable. The first 3 games, winnable. Cardinals blew it. Now we're going to have a stretch of 2 coming our way. A stretch of 2 coming our way. Doesn't seem very winnable. And then we got where the schedule kind of opens up a little bit with the Falcons. But even then, the Falcons aren't as bad as people think they are. The Falcons are a better team than most people think. They truly are. The Falcons right now are what, 4-3? That's not an easy game. It's not an easy game. The Falcons are 4-3. They're leading their division right now. And then after the Falcons, we got the Texans. Guess what? The Texans are better than most people thought. The Texans are better than most people thought. They are 3-3 right now with a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback. And their roster, and I don't know, their roster is not great at all. It's not. And they're 3-3. And the Cardinals are in the dumps. So now, after the Falcons and after the Texans, we got the Rams again, which always seem to beat us. We got the Steelers, which don't seem like a very good team, but the Steelers, that game is going to be in Pittsburgh in December weather. Good luck with that. And then the 49ers, the Bears, the Eagles, and then the Seahawks. Sheesh. Show me where we can have a Josh Dobbs win. Because we truly might be 1-8 when Kyler Murray comes back. If he comes back. We beat the Rams twice since 2019. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. We beat the Rams twice since 2019. Can we do it? Yeah, anything's happened, right? Any given Sunday. I agree. But we beat them twice. Good luck. Somebody in the chat says, I say play Clayton. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season, my dude. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. Why are we so badly half ASSINGing this rebuild? Why? Why are we half ASSINGing this? Why? I don't understand it. I truly don't. You want to rebuild? Do it right. See what this young kid can do. I'm tired of Josh Dobbs. I truly am. I was tired of him after week 4, right? We won. Great. Cool. We beat the Cowboys. I was excited. You were excited. Cool. The regression started happening real quick for Josh Dobbs. Marvin Harrison Jr. still won't make up a 1-16 record. I mean, I know that there's some Cardinal fans out there that want to keep tanking, right? Like they're preaching that it's a good thing to tank. That's fine, right? It's all opinions. You know what I mean? It's all opinions. Is what it all comes down to. How you feel like it is going to make this organization better. And if it does, cool. If it doesn't, we're back right where we've been always. The Arizona Cardinals need to make a change in the philosophies and what they've been doing since they moved to Arizona. Whatever that is, they need to make a change. Because since they've moved to Arizona, it was an 88, 89, something like that. They have only made it to the playoffs, 6 times? Oh, what was that stat? We only won, something like that. It's not very good. Let's just put it that way. It's not. So we need to make a completely different change in the philosophies and what we've been doing. And that's why I'm like, why are we choosing to tank, right? I'm not saying they're tanking, but for the people out there that are saying, oh, tank, 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 tank. Why are you going to put that on the new regime? Why are you going to say, you tell your new regime that it's okay to lose, right? Why are we consistently doing that over and over again if we're trying to get away from the years and years and years of the Arizona Cardinals sucking? The highlights of the Cardinals are 2008, the run of the Super Bowl. 2009 was pretty cool too, but we ended up getting out of the playoffs. 2015, 2014. We went to the playoffs here with Kyler Murray. That was a disaster. Honestly, I think we all got to really look ourselves in the mirror. Truly, truly. And really figure out what this Cardinals team is going to do. Because honestly, I am as... I don't know either, to be honest with you. I don't know. I can give you my best educated guess, but that's it. Somebody in the chat says, I don't care when a QB is drafted anymore, especially after Tom Brady, especially after Brock Purdy, right? Now, yes, Brock Purdy is coming out here, and a lot of people are saying he's a fraud. But let's not forget, Brock Purdy has won multiple games with the San Francisco 49ers. At one point, this man was undefeated, right? Maybe he's a product of a system quarterback. That might be the case. But this is a guy that's winning, right? He's winning. So let's not get it twisted here, right? It doesn't just stop at Brock Purdy, ladies and gentlemen. Dak Prescott, for God's sakes, is a 4th-round pick. And yes, I get it. The Dallas Cowboys get so much hate, so much crap. And I'm one of those guys that love to pick on the Dallas Cowboys too. But Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. A 4th-round pick. And he is the face of the Dallas Cowboys. So let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where anybody's picked in the draft. As long as you have a coach that believes in you, as long as you have a coach that actually cares about your development and uses you to the best of your ability, you can succeed in the NFL. You can either do it or you can't, right? What do? let's talk about Clayton Tune here, right? Just real quick, because he's the guy that we're all talking about. Clayton Tune, what does he do? If Jonathan Gannon comes out and says, we're going to give you the first, these games, right? We're going to give you these games coming up. We're going to use your best skill set. Your best skill set to make this offense run. That's got to give us some level of confidence to this kid, right? And if he comes out, falls flat on his face, and he's not good, okay, well, at least we know. But it wouldn't be right to say he's not good after 1 or 2 games when we give Josh Dobbs 6 games and we're still saying he should be a starter. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things where you need to have a coach that truly believes in your skill set, a coach and truly believe in what you can do for them. And right now, it doesn't show that JG wants to make a move. And for the people out there that are saying things like, why are you going to put him out there against the best defenses out there, right? He's going to get crushed, right? I had people put that in my comments. Well, let me respond to that. Why would I put a kid out there knowing full well that these might be losses, right, and get crushed? Well, a couple different reasons. A, he's a football player. That's what he does. He's paid to play football. It's not like this is his first year and he's a baby, right? His eyes just open and we throw him and there's a defensive line coming his way. No, he's played in college. He had 40 touchdowns in this last year, 30 touchdowns in the prior year. He's paid to play football. Just like Kyler Murray got thrown into the fire, just like Josh Rosen got thrown into the fire, it's exactly the same thing. What's the difference? So for the people out there saying, why are you going to throw him out in the field against the Ravens? He's going to get crushed. The Browns, he's going to get crushed. Didn't we do that to Kyler Murray 3 or 4 years ago? Didn't we do that to Josh Rosen 5 years ago? What's the difference? You either you swim, you sink or you swim. You play or you don't. You're good or you're not. That's it. Those are our options. Am I wrong? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I truly don't understand where the people's philosophies, and they're always forgetting our history. They're always forgetting what the heck just happened 4 years ago. Kyler Murray literally just was thrown into the fire. Now we want to talk about protecting quarterbacks and losing a kid's confidence. This kid is either going to have the confidence or he's not. This kid's either going to be able to play NFL football or he's not. It's what it is. Josh Dobbs, what are they going to be? They're going to be L's, right? Let's call it like it is. It's going to be an L. We ain't going to win with Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs isn't going to come in here and resurge his life, his career, right? It's all about opportunity. And who gave Josh Dobbs that opportunity? Drew Petzing did. Drew Petzing and JG, they gave him the opportunity. Let's not act here that the Arizona Cardinals think that they found themselves a gem, right? Nah, y'all. Come on, chill out. Chill. We just did it not too long ago. Give them an opportunity. What's the worst that can happen? We lose? Okay. We're going to lose anyways. What I'm looking for is, can this guy make those deep throws, and does he have a connection with Zach Ertz? Does he have a connection with Marquise Hollywood Brown? Does he have a connection with Michael Wilson? Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Wilson has yet to be targeted in the first. Well, actually, let me reframe that back. For some odd reason, Joshua Dobbs is not looking Michael Wilson's way. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It frustrates me to my living core. He's the tallest wide receiver we have. We've seen him jump up with the ball, get that 50-50 ball. He can bring the ball down. The limitations on what Michael Wilson has had, his stats, is because of Josh Dobbs. Let's call it like it is. Michael Wilson will easily had over 400 yards already. Right now, he's 21 receptions, 343 yards, 2 touchdowns. Averages 16.3 yards a catch. Let's call it like it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's call it like it is. Dobbs ain't it. Are we going to see him again? Most likely. Because for some reason, we're not making the change. I don't get it. Don't ask me why. I don't get it. For a guy who's coming in here and says we want to win games, or trust me, don't get it twisted. Do you have fire in your gut, right? This is we're going to win games. Are we? Because who you're putting on the field, are they truly better? Are they truly better? Or are we really tanking? If that's really happening, tell me. Tell the fans. Don't try to sell your tickets and give them this terrible product on the field. Who wants to go to a game when you're constantly losing back and forth at a home game? Who wants to? Do you have the fire in your gut? Who took the bus? Yeah, we're 1-6. Doesn't matter who took the bus. You got that fire in your bus? Yeah. I'm starting to laugh now too. Because the moment that we were starting the season, I'm like, okay, I like that. This is cool. But now I get why the Cardinals are an easy target. I get it. I get why the Cardinals are easy target. And I get it, right? There's some people out there that are like, why are you so mad? Because this is a rebuilding year, right? Why are you so mad? I'm not mad. It's just the way I talk, right? I'm not mad. I'm not mad anymore. I went through the multiple stages of grief. I'm in dead inside right now. Truly. It's just the way I talk. You know what I mean? I'm not mad. No, I'm not. Do I want to make changes? Would I rather see something different? Yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah, I would. Give me something to be excited about. That's the way I like to think of it. I'm a fan, right? So are you guys in the chat. Why we're refusing to make a change? Beyond me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. One thing I do get is that Josh Dobbs does have a wonderful personality. Josh Dobbs has a wonderful social media presence. Josh Dobbs has everything you want in a leader quarterback, prototypical height quarterback. That's one thing I do get. But can he play football and win you games? No, he can't. He can't. What are we so afraid of? JG? There must be some sort of things that these media people can't ask Jonathan Gannon, because if I was in the media, and honestly, I'm really starting to close to try to get credentials to ask these coaches the hard questions, because these hard questions aren't being asked. What is Josh Dobbs truly showing you? What is he showing you that you feel like this is the best option for the Cardinals to win? What is he showing you? Nothing. Nothing. So here we are. Here we are. We're 1-6. And the rebuild conspiracies. These conspiracies are going to keep happening. Let's call it like it is. Let's call it like it is. The conspiracies are happening because this is weird. This is odd. If you're going to come out and tell me we're going to tank this year, right? And I get it. They're a business, right? They need to make money too, right? Billionaire Michael Bidwell needs to make money. I get it. I get that side of it all. But don't come out here and try to give us some sort of hope and optimism that the Arizona Cardinals truly want to win when you're throwing Josh Dobbs out there that's doing the same thing over and 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 over again and expecting a different result. This is a weird season. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, what excuse you want to throw out there, there's teams, there's organizations that win with rookie head coaches and a rookie quarterback. Yeah, I know. Shocking, right? Not for the Cardinals. Why? Why? That's the question. Why? Why not us, right? Why? We have the Texans pick. Right? We got the Texans' first round pick. Why we're paying attention to them so much is because we got their pick. They're 3-3 with a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback. Why are you playing Josh Dobbs? This man is not a guy that's going to get you your wins. This is a guy that doesn't have fire in his gut. I'm just kidding. He might. I don't know. Make the change. It's not going to happen. And I'm fully aware of that. I'm just going on a rant. Make the change. What's the difference? What's going to happen? What? You're going to lose? Okay, we're going to lose anyways. What? Can we evaluate a guy that you picked up in the 5th round this year? Can we evaluate him, or are we just not going to give him an opportunity? We got my guy Dan says we need to play the roster like baseball. Dobbs starts and Tune plays for the save. I love it. Honestly, it's just we might find ourselves in a situation like that, right? It makes sense to me, right? Because this offense can't get going in the second half, and I don't get it. Still, why can we not score in the second half? Why? The Arizona Cardinals team has 97 points scored, whether that's the offense or the defense. We scored 97 points in the first half for the first 7 weeks. Second half, 30 points. 3-0. And we're told the same things over and over and over and over again. Let's quote Jonathan Gannon. I think and I feel like we have gotten better in all 3 phases of the ball. What? What? You feel like we've gotten better in all 3 phases of the ball? Or are you just trying to feed me some bull, right? I don't know why I didn't say bull. Are you just trying to feed me some bull? You know what I'm trying to say. Because we know, we see it. We're not dumb, right? We get it. You have the IQ of being a smart football coach. That's why you're hired, to be a football coach, right? You spent your life and you dedicate your life to the game of football. That's great. That's awesome. But don't come out here and act like we do not know what the heck's happening on the field and the limitations that we have. Because, boy, we got a lot of limitations. We got a lot of limitations here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of limitations. Honestly, optimism's out the window, obviously. Can you tell? Optimism's out the window. Somebody in the chat says, bro, they put tune in on the 4th and 8 on Sunday. Oh, I remember seeing it. Trust me. I remember seeing it. I put a tweet out there and I said, why in the living heck would you put Clayton Tune out there for the opportunity to get a 4th, and I think it was 4th and 8, 4th and 7, 4th and 8. It was around there. You might be right. But he got, 4 yards? It was terrible play. Terrible play call, terrible execution, terrible everything. You want to say terrible throw? Cool. Throw that in there too. I agree. It was bad. But let's not act and sit here and say that a 4th round pick in Josh Dobbs, that he never got a starting position anywhere else, right? Nobody. No other team gave him a starting position. Nobody did. The Cardinals did, right? Because I feel like we always feel like we're always smarter than everybody. Is he better than Clayton Tune? I don't know. We don't know. He might be. Right now, he might be, because the development has been stunted, right? Because you're playing Josh Dobbs. That's why. Times like these makes me miss Bruce Arians. Not gonna lie. Oh, I've been missing Bruce Arians since we got in Cliff Kingsbury. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. And honestly, seeing Bruce Arians win with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, that was a cherry on top of this ice cream sandwich that we're living in right now as Cardinal fans. I miss Bruce Arians too. I'm not saying JG is not the answer. No, not at all. I still like him. But honestly, I don't want him to feed me this SHIT. Don't feed me it. If you don't believe it, don't say it. That's where I'm coming from. We didn't get better in all phases of the ball. We didn't. Don't act like we did. We didn't. Josh Dobbs has regressed. And yes, Josh Dobbs is not fully 100% his fault. And I'm right there with you guys. It's not, right? Offensive line, play calling, whatever you want to say. But he's still not able to make those deep throws. He's still not able to have the connection with Zack Ertz. Still not able to have the connection with Marquise Hollywood Brown. He's still not able to target a good amount of targets coming to the way of the rookie wide receiver, Michael Wilson. He's still not able to do that consistently because the offense can't get going. So what happens when you lose one of the best running backs, I guess, right? So where we are. It sucks that James Conner went down. It is, but it is the coach's job to try to find an answer. It's the coach's job to find an answer, and so far they haven't. Imagine BA with Kyler, bruh. That would be, I would say, give me Hard Knocks, Revive, All or Nothing. Give me it all. I want to see Bruce Arians with Kyler Murray. So that would be hilarious. Talk about a tale of two different personalities there, right? BA wouldn't handle it, though. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have pulled the trigger if he was the coach. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, with what you're hearing, it was said in the draft, before the draft happened. That was one of the biggest knocks on Kyler Murray. It didn't just happen in the NFL. People were talking about it before. So, we're here. We're here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to recap what's been going on here in the world of the Arizona Cardinals, do you think we're going to be buyers? Yes, I think everybody thinks here that the Arizona Cardinals will be sellers. I'm sorry, did I say buyers? I apologize. Do you think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be sellers? Yes, the Arizona Cardinals are absolutely going to be sellers, or we're not going to do anything in this coming trade deadline, which will be happening next week on Tuesday. On Halloween. So just FYI, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, we did get breaking news here coming out of the world of the Arizona Cardinals, and that is that Zack Ertz is now being moved to IR with a quad strain. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at. We're losing people left and right. I don't know where anybody's optimism is coming our way, but we got two weeks with two tough matchups. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. Are we going to be a 3-6 team, or are we going to be a 1-8 team, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go ahead and find out. Let's find out together, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And go Cards.